So unfortunately, one of mine was in there. I think the one for me that leaps off is Adam Gase. I don't understand this guy. I remember him from Miami. I hated him. I never thought he was a good coach. He got this reputation as a quarterback whisperer, and I never saw it there. I never saw anything that was dynamic from him or different. Then he goes to the Jets, and he has starts off with that weird press conference where his eyes are all bouncing around in his head, and he just takes this Jets team, and you look at them, the roster composition up to down. And granted, they had some guys bow out due to COVID. They've had some early injuries, but it's just not a good roster anyway. And I think he might be for me the guy that's on the hot seat most. I mean, you look at some of the other teams that have struggled early on, and you see that they're kind of newer head coaches. The Bengals coach Zach, help me out. Not my day for coaches.
Zach Taylor.
Zach Taylor. Thank you. I think he's going to have some time. I think Joe Judge has some time with the Giants. My man Dan Quinn might be on the hot seat.
Seriously.
Even though I didn't call his name out correctly earlier. That's another guy you might look at this point at 0-2. Might be a guy we see that isn't long for this league. I don't know.
Yeah, I put my money on Gase. He just isn't a leader of men. I haven't this whole quarterback whisperer thing that he got that from Peyton Manning just putting up monster numbers when he's in Denver for those first couple of years. Yeah. And they Gase, Gase must have had something to do with that. No, it's fucking Peyton Manning. That's why there's fucking balling like that. It was running a Peyton Manning offense, not a Gase offense. So yeah, I think he's definitely on the hot seat. Dan Quinn, all those players, all those guys I just mentioned, Matt Patricia. But I think safe money is definitely on Dan Quinn. Real quick, my bad. Shout out to Kyler Murray. That boy, he is fun to watch. I love it, man. He is something special. He's like Russell Wilson and Michael Vick just had a baby and produced this little ball of fucking quarterback energy. He just goes out there and just makes plays, man. That was fun to watch his highlights.
It really is. And I called it. I said, this is the most interesting team in the league to me. If those guys come together, I said, this is a team that was my sleeper pick. My Cinderella pick early on was the Cardinals. So a couple of good guesses that I had with Kyler being as good as he was. But yeah, he looks great. And I'll tell you what, they completely turned the reins of the offense over to him this year, where I think they were a little bit more hesitant to kind of hand the reins over. You saw towards the end of last year, they were handing the ball off a ton to Kenyon Drake. I feel as though now it's really Kyler Murray's team. And with DeAndre Hopkins there, that's suddenly a really nasty duo and a really scary offense to play against.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. That the Murray Hopkins connection is solid. And, the Cardinals, they're a sneaky team that could win that division. And if they get into the playoffs, man, I don't want to play them. I'm glad my team isn't in the NFC because that boy's something special. He got that it factor about him, and he just makes shit happen. And I think that's going to be a really, really good team down the stretch. And hopefully they can make that division really interesting with the Seahawks there. Anything else you wanted to touch on, man?
Not exactly. I think we kind of hit on a lot of the things that were the takeaways for me for week 2. The Rams looking really good. My excitement moving forward into week 3 for that Buffalo and Rams game. I think we talked about some of the old men that don't quite look like themselves and some of the young cats that are coming out gunning. So that's a lot of fun. I got to say, next week, I want to kind of preface it. It looks like it's going to be a really, really exciting slate of games. Sunday night and Monday night. You've got Packers and Saints, who the Saints, despite that loss and despite all that trash we talked about, Drew Brees, I think that's still a very good team all in all. That game should be awesome. Looking forward to that. And then the Chiefs and Ravens. Talk about game of the year preview coming up. I couldn't be more excited for next Monday night.
That real quick, that Packers Saints game. The Packers, last time I looked at it, they're getting +4.5. I'm about to go bet the house on the Packers. I'm betting the fucking house.
Wow, what are they getting?
They're getting +4.5, bro. Plus 4.5 points. After dropping back-to-back 40 bombs, they're getting 4.5 points against this Drew Brees and the Saints. And I get it. They're at home. The Saints are at home. It's Sunday night. But after what I just seen from this Saints team last night, yeah, give me the Packers all day. I'm early, right off the bat. That's my lock of the week. Packers over Saints. Lock of the week. Book it. Go bet it right now. If you listen to this, go bet it. I'm telling you, this is a can't miss bet. Listen to me.
Beat the odds with Bryce Benjamin. I love it.
I tried to tell you about Minshew, man. I tried to tell you about my man Gardner.
You did.
He's good. That's money in the bank, man. I did a 3-team parlay with him, and he came through for me. The over for the Falcons and Cowboys came through, and then my Baltimore Ravens came through. But yeah, man, trust me on this one. Packers, Saints, go and bet the house on Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, because I think that game might be a blowout, bro. I think the Packers are going to win, but I think they might blow them out.
You think it's going to be like that?
I don't think the Saints can keep up with the Packers. No, I don't think so. And that Saints defense, don't get me wrong, the Saints defense is pretty solid. I just watched Derek Carr carve them up for 3 touchdowns. I think Aaron Rodgers is quite a bit better than Derek Carr. No disrespect, but yeah, I'm betting the house on that one.
All right, man, I love it. I think it's that time. I think it's time to take us out. Do your thing, man.
All right, man. If you listen to this podcast, we appreciate you so much. Make sure that you go and like our Facebook page, Sports Your Enthusiasm Podcast. Go and follow us on Twitter at SYE Pod. Email us. How did you guys feel about week 2? The injuries? I know that kind of fucked up a lot of people's fantasy teams, man. So give us your thoughts and feedback on that. Sports Your Enthusiasm Podcast at gmail.com. Make sure that you are drinking water. Stay hydrated out there. Rueter, you got anything to add, sir?
No, other than to drink lots of water, stay hydrated, stay hyped. We've got some great things coming out for you this week. I don't want to ruin any surprises or anything like that, but we should have a great week of content for you. As always, we're going to have our Beat the Odds coming up later in the week, and I'm looking forward to it already. So with that being said, thank you everybody so much for listening.